Well, good evening and welcome to this pregame show ahead of Bermuda versus St. Vincent and the Grenadines right here at the Florida Southfield Stadium at the National Sports Center. I'm your host, Earl Basin. Joining me is co-host Eric Conchadale and Coach Kita. Well, first of all, guys, a much anticipated match on tap for tonight because Bermuda is still in position to advance in this group. And we just need to take care of business tonight. But Punchy, let's reflect on the games prior to this. I mean, we played to a scoreless draw earlier in the division here in Bermuda. We lost to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. 5 minutes of what we would consider mind lapsing. They scored three goals in the space of 5 minutes to end the half and take control of the game. But let's talk a little bit about the games leading up to this so far. What have you seen, and what does Bermuda need to do tonight to rectify those chances that they did put away against St. Vincent the first time around?
I thought the game was against them. I thought in the first 15 to 20 minutes, it looked like we were totally control of that game. I thought so. What happened after that is after we screwed up, it was a good goal also.
What everybody's talking about is that lapse on concentration. Defensively, some of those goals that they scored, I thought question marks on that about how they were good at individual mistakes or was it collective mistakes by the team. But even after the score was 4-1, we still looked like at times that we were in the game. Definitely. I think at a lot of times we were totally in control of that game. But and then it draw when we came home to do that game, which I thought, I don't think we played that well in that game at all. Yeah. So into that, what reflects on tonight's importance of game tonight. It's very important that we win this game tonight and show that where we are going as a senior national team. What is it, what, fifth game now or sixth game? We're fifth game international coach. And what I'm concerned about, what I do think about is for selection. And like tonight's selection, which I thought about, like Jonathan Livingston, will he go with the more senior players, or what will he use? And that's what I think. Ezekiel moves back. Of course, Reggie Lamb. I'm just getting onto that. You think about the games that we played, and this selection of players, there's another selection of players, which is also doesn't. I don't know if that's been the right thing to do, but I just thought that against St. Vincent, even though we lost, I think we look like that's a good beginning. That's a good start for us.
Coach, obviously, I'm going to ask the same questions that you want to give your opinion on how what it looked like, and the importance of tonight.
Yeah, I honestly believe we were in control of the match. Besides the memory, the previous lapse, and that three goals. I think once the first one was scored in the manner in which it was scored upon, we were scored upon. I think played a part or played a role, and then we didn't really recover. In the sense, we didn't have a short memory. We still was playing that one, and before you knew it was another one, and then it was another one. And I think what they figured out was, hey, that is the weakness. Let's attack that again. Let's attack, and the girls were very similar. But I never felt that we were out of control of the match. I can remember because I had a training session here with my team, and everybody came, and everybody was sitting on the side, and we were all watching the game, and it's like, guys, come on. And eventually 4-1, we was like, oh. So it was like, okay, let's get ready for training. Then we pulled one back, then we pulled another one back. And then, they just battled to lose all. On tonight's match is going to be our match. There's no doubt in my mind at all that tonight we will give St. Vincent what they deserve. Tonight, I am overly confident. I'm not even silent. I'm very, very confident in the fact that we are going to dominate this match tonight, and we are going to do what we should have done and help them understand that this is who we are and this is where we belong.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I still stand by the fact that we are going to win tonight and Tuesday, and we're going to win the
Mhm.
because this team has quality to do so.
Right. They just have to believe it.
Yeah.
They themselves have to
They
believe
spent
it.
more time together. They spent more time with the coach.
Mhm.
You know, although he's changed the starting lineup, he hasn't really tweaked the 23 too much.
Mhm.
Unless players have really been made unavailable. But I think that he has he is understanding and learning his players a little bit more. You know, they have training camps. You know, they're together for an entire week.
Mhm.
So, you know, doing 2 days. So he would know what he sees in training. He would know what personalities, what qualities he would need for tonight from the start, and he will know who his certain game changers are. And I think that no matter who starts tonight and who comes on tonight, I am confident.
Yeah. Well, the two teams have met. The last three times they've met, I think Vincent has beat the fight has been a draw. And it's about time we do show that, you know, tonight we look at the night to do it.
It will be. It's going to
Prove to ourselves, prove to themselves that they're about quality. We just happen to be the officials that will officiate tonight war courses. There's three from El Salvador, one from the Dominican Republic, the referees from Jamie Herrera from El Salvador, Juan Zumba, also from El Salvador, on the line, and Giovanni Garcia, also from El Salvador, on the line, the fourth official, Randy, and Passaron from the Dominican Republic. So, but, you know, when I felt when we went to St. Vincent, we were on a high. And I felt that when we took that lead, we were in total control of that match. And then for that period where they figured something out, it changed the game, but we were still controlling the tempo. It was just that I think when when chips a little bit down, we start to doubt ourselves because we put sort of negative things in our minds, and we need to put sort of have people on the field who can, come on guys, snap out of it. Come on, you know, we're still in it. And those are the type of people that move around. Coach Cheetah, I'm gonna ask you because at the national level in the women's team, you've got to have seen that with some girls in your team that will grip somebody and say, let's come on, you know, we're not out of this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think even for our men, I think they would have been extremely disappointed in the French Guyana result before they left Bermuda. And I think that we started the way we started is because they thought we had a point to prove that that was just a one-off, that was a blip. However, I feel that you definitely have to have that player in your team that has to help your team have a short memory. The short memory is key. The short memory is key. The issue we had was as much as we controlled the match, our finish and our final third was our issue.
Yeah.
We couldn't find the goals until they found the goals. So that would be something that I think would have been playing in the back of the lines with the result against the French Guyana team. There was a bit of uneasiness and a lack of togetherness among the group when they left the stadium. And so to turn it right around and have to go and play again, and guys figuring this out. But I still stand by the fact that St. Vincent figured out our weak link. And they targeted our weak link. It wasn't rocket science for them. It was, you know, as an action coach, I can look and see, oh, okay, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna do this every single time. You know, and they just did it, and that was what got the better of us, you know.
Oh, in that case about so they're figuring us out. Like what do they think they can be part of? Now, when you I've been from watch that game twice, and I'm seeing some things defensively. the goals that were scored against us. I think it was third. I'm coming from the left, this young man that I'm sure will pay give a lot of attention to. He looks really good on the ball, and then he got the third goal. When you cut inside, I just thought the goalkeeping. I thought it was a big mistake by the goalkeeper because that ball was simply that ball was coming from close when it's coming across. He came from the left side in, so that means you are as far as what I know about that is that you will show him, you will show the back post. He actually should. You just have to look at that tape. And then the first goal, I think it was the first goal, entirely. That it was on the right side. It was clipped in. It was clipped in, and then the center forward just somehow. I think he was even attempting that. He's just trying to pick it on the late. Mike, and then you look at it again and say, well, who's still leaving again? So I, you know, are you talking about defensive mistakes, individual defensive mistakes that we must be aware of tonight? You know, overall the game and the game we drew, I just think still tonight is the conditions should favor us. I'll speak about that. The conditions should favor us. Whether when they were St. Vincent, of course. But for us, and if we get on the start on a good foot, I think the conditions should really favor us tonight.
Well, we're anticipating the winds coming up, as if the weather forecast is true. The rain is supposed to stop, but the winds is supposed to come up. Which we know is typical at times thing up here on a regular day. A little bit of wind makes it that much more difficult, but I think the team will have to adjust a lot better, a lot faster.
I think the conditions are going to definitely favor us. Obviously, having been down to Vincent and played, their matches are 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They don't have lights, and it will also be something that would have affected our players because I know it affected the women terribly. And even Dominican went down and played St. Vincent and they didn't. In Dominican they beat them 8-0.
Right.
On St. Vincent, they struggle to get to pull up. And it's a lot to do with the conditions, right? There's no excuse. There's no excuse. I can guarantee you, St. Vincent numbers. I mean, when we played St. Vincent, maybe it was 30 people in this stand. You're talking 800 people. You know what I mean? I'm praying that the weather doesn't blow the crowd away because the 12th man is going to be huge for us tonight. And truth be told, the last time we qualified was on a rainy night. Can't remember who we played, but we were the underdogs and we beat them 1-0. Could have been due to the weather. So at the end of the day, I think that our boys are gonna. I'm just so anxious and excited. I actually cannot wait to sit in the stands and watch. And I think that we are going to be pleasantly surprised and treated to some really good football tonight and some hard playing football. And we're going to see those that we've been we've been waiting for this tonight. So whether they're in the stands, if you're not in the stands, please be glued to YouTube or wherever you can watch it. But tonight is going to be a good night.
Yeah. I mean, I feel it as well. I feel like this is the time for those players who have been given this opportunity to prove themselves. And also now, as much indicated, this is game 5 for you. He's been around these guys now. He knows, he has to figure out what our strengths are, what our weaknesses are. We need to shut down our weaknesses and move to our strengths, much quicker. What that starting line looks like tonight, we don't know. We can go to get that very soon. But is it one of those things where we look for consistency? Or we keep changing the team, tweaking the team? I honestly think that the consistency is the most important thing for that to play, and that seniority consistency is key.
Yeah, I mean, not giving anything away. I mean, I was at the official training last night. I mean, it looks to be about the same give or take 1 or 2. I see that the cook isn't available. So obviously, we didn't play the last match either. But yeah, I don't anticipate too much of it. So these guys, watching them last night, it's a different. I sense a different feeling in the group. Yeah, I sense a different. It's not. I haven't felt what I felt when I was there last time. In the first 2 months, I haven't felt that kind of a vibe, but I felt something last night.
Well, let me ask you, because usually something changes, somebody changes that. Who do you think is that person that has changed the mood or the atmosphere amongst the players off the field that are not going to training?
I would think of a deal. Um, I mean, Ezekiel to an extent. He does it in the second window. I really can't say who. I think it's been probably been tricky on each player. I realize that, hey guys, this is our reality. This is our destiny. It's in our hands. It's really in their hands right now to make this a reality. So I can't say that it's one person because I don't spend time with this team.
Right.
But I believe it's collective, and I believe it's a realization of this is what has to happen if we want it. You know, so they would know that the coach is not, and raw games, yeah, that's a lot of time if you spend time with these guys from September to now, but doesn't.
Right.
He spent a week with them.
Yeah.
He's only spent 3 weeks with this team. You know what I mean? So we can look at it as 5 games, but it's legit 3 weeks with these players. Physically, you know, even if he's Zoom or meeting or all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But physically, watching them in the field, doing that kind of stuff, it's 1 week. It's 3 weeks. So, you know, I just think that I think at the day, that's stake. And to be honest, if it's 10 people in the stands tonight or 1,000 people in the stands tonight, I feel that the players are still on the field to the ability to come out and
I was thinking, you know, when I watched your last game, I think it was the Dominican.
my last game.
Barbados, okay. Even when you played against Dominica, I think at times when your team I think you were most of the time for that game, but at times when they were having a little bit of a session, I found your team very well organized defensively. Like they didn't lose the concentration. I think at times it always happens in a game, whether you're playing a very weak team or a bad team, or a team that's on the same par. I think it's very important that at times when I watch Bermuda play, the national men's team play, then there's certain times when against St. Vincent, you're 1-0 up. Now this team is like they're looking at it, putting together a lot more passes, but they're going to get a lot of time on the ball. What do you do defensively? You know, to make sure that in times like that, it's going to happen. You stay calm, but you do you must do extremely better, I think, right? At making sure that when it comes to these episodes in those games, in these kinds of games, that you stay composed defensively, you stay organized, right? And I think that's where at times I've seen Bermuda just a little bit losing the weight, right? And then when the team is more possession in there, and I'm referring to your girls, at times I've seen the team play, the team looks the team that you played against, at times there's a lot of possession, but your team still looks comfortable without the ball. And I think that's what we have to do tonight. We have to do very well, adjust this game tonight when we don't have the ball in certain periods of time in this game.
And if you look at it, domestically we struggle as well. When teams don't have the ball, some players don't know what to do, don't have an idea of where they should, what side of the man should be on, if the ball's on the upside, they feel where they should be. And I think it filters into our national program because that's what they came up with. But it's one of those things where it is addressed and just need a quick reminder. Hey, so you need to be, I think those are the type of things that at the national level they'll get right. Let me just quickly give you a rundown of the selected players played tonight. It's not the starting lineup or anything. So we have three goalkeepers in DLE, Peter Dow, and defenders. We have Dante Leclerc, Harry White, Denard Speed, Reece Jones. For midfield, we have Ole Todd, Keith Martin, Liam Evans, H.I. Tucker, and Roger Lee. Up front, we have Jair Arthur Williams, John Dean, Justin Donovan, Kenny Pritchard, Maurice Scott, Lee Johnson, Luke Robinson, Reginald Thompson Lamb, Remy Fontaine, and Zico Lewis. A lot of guys in the forward positions, but we know that we filtering into the midfield positions as well. So those are the players that we will be able to select from tonight. And we just want to, say to the guys, listen, you saw them all early, they all very, if you had an opportunity to be outside and some of them will cross, that will be the eyes. See that?
Yeah, it was an I'm ready to play tonight. It was a game face look. It was a focused look. It was also a relaxed and happy look. It wasn't a here we go. It wasn't that kind of feeling. And that is for a coach that you want to have your players at this moment. It's still time. They'll be in an opportunity. Obviously, they can't go to the pitch until what, 6:50-ish, no, 6:40. So there's not a few minutes where they'll be able to be in there. They'll be vibing, having each player preparing how they prepare for the match, and then it is go time. So this is a long walk. The bus puts you over there. The home change room is all the way down the end. I feel personally that our players should be protected a little bit more. I think people should have as much access to them because that can hinder something. If the players would never, even coaches, look at this. Like my players never fully beat the hotel, they start. Like final at lunchtime, it's starting like practice. And it's weird. If someone's not starting or two, mom or cousin or somebody, that person's very early, gets in the head, I really want us to look to, even if people here early, then that respect to be able to win and score without somebody walking or bumping into. That's the one thing that I wish we did a little better at the start of the match. But the boys, they looked, they have their uniforms on. It's a show about fun by the way here. So yeah, I didn't see anything that was like it was comfortable. It looked, yeah, let's just get this going. Go ready.
Now, just one thing. When you were in that setup, before the game, you get you early. You can't go out on the field. What's some of your routine in the change room to get yourself up for a match, especially the match?
Yeah, actually, that's a very good question too. When I look back on it, and the times I did play, it was always when you change the room, people are talking.
Yes.
Talking, when we joke about it. But when I was in the city, nationally, especially with the Pan American, with Brother Barcelona, in the change room it was friendly, but it was like business. There was a lot of senior guys. You're talking about George Finley, you're talking about my brother Carey, you're talking about Muscle Son, Joe Trott, just Larry Smith, and their joke was, and after a while, it was like everything was quiet. As the time goes near, you put your jersey and start to quiet. Because that's when you know it's time for that. But when in a situation with this team is now, I don't think that people just gonna stay calm, right? Do what's necessary. Make sure. I just think that it's start good, right? And the leaders that even in changing room, talking about senior leaders, it's very important that the senior people in this team to select tonight do make it whereas they lead the team out. When they're not playing good, what do? How do you organize? And how do you keep them really focused? And I think tonight, I think we're ready for that tonight. I think you'll see that tonight.
Right.
And in terms of selection, I think that it's possible that Williams has quite a good impact. You know, I think his leadership roles when he plays, you can see as calm. He doesn't make too many mistakes, and maybe that's what I was hoping for him tonight. The Kansas to start, and that's important for a senior player.
Exactly. Coach, during this period of time, as a coach, you talk about your experience. What do you do? Because you said everything yesterday with that, but now you're at the field, you can't get done.
Yeah, so for me, I go always at the field, I sit outside, people are coming in and waving, with family and friends. Um, Mental imagery, I'm playing the game in my head, I know what we talk about, I know what I want to do, and what I want them to do. And I'm just spending time actually visualizing each player doing their job, offensively and defensively. So that is what I'm doing. I'm constantly back into the changing room. I'm constantly back into the changing room, asking players how they're doing. Maybe a few jokes that they're, any questions that they have, any questions, anything that they want to do. I think they are unsure. But I don't do this, I don't. Hey, buddy. But I, if it's last minute stuff, I told my equipment manager to make sure we feel that the doctor shows up at the time, we have a quick conversation. Myself, in the physio, if there's any concern, anything that needs to be looking at, the players that I'm supplying that you can find this, what to look for, things like that. And then it's just vibing with my staff, like, we try not to get too anxious or, what I mean, and trust. I tell you, the day will fly by, but this moment is so slow. It's like walking and like checking time on like 3 or 4 times, like seriously, my time call yet. It's fun to get out there, it's fun to get there, and especially with the space that my team is in right now. Like they're so hyped up and ready to get out on the field and do their thing. And so that would be what's happening now. Guys will be in the changing room. Someone's gonna have a goal, somebody's in their jogging, kicking against the wall. And just trying to stay focused and stay in that space and not in this space. This space is a distraction. So I never ever come back into this space. Once I go to the gate, I don't come back out into this space because it's not. I cross that line. And so everything is about on the field.
You're right. And I was thinking also, I was thinking about, don't get the most of those players that are in the national team, our national team, now 70 or 85% playing in teams. So the environments that they're in, whether they're playing, you can bet that those environments are really similar to, maybe not as important tonight's game, right? But I'm sure they're living in instances where the same things happen to coaches, an important game, and there's nerves. And I just think that when you watch them when they first go out, just how calm they are. And I think that little show tonight. Just always watch the first 10, 15 minutes, just how calm they are. And, we're just hoping that we start that.
Yeah. It's important to really get off to a good start. For Bermuda, confidence-wise, only because we know chasing the game sometimes you don't do that. We don't always do that. You know, we like to be in control a lot and play from the front.
We're not chasing tonight. We're not looking to chase. We're not chasing. And it will be a shot.
Okay.
And I have not concerned about them tonight. We'll have a shot. And we won't be chasing.
I add to there's certain players in the field that have to play the good stuff. They have to show that stuff. You know, and I'm thinking it's important that they do. That I'm not calling no names, but it's important that they do. They show up tonight in an important match like this. And I think we'll be ready for Tuesday. Oh yeah, we'll be ready for Tuesday. And again, getting back to what you said, Kira, it's still a growing process. Think about Bermuda years ago, right? Again, going back to when I was there, you know, playing with my brother. That was an all this time. And I see George playing in Ross and you know, Larry, these guys playing some top team Bermuda. So, but now, of course, it's changed. Most of our players are playing the season now. And so it does well in terms of good country story, right? And so tonight again, we will, even if the price set up under, I do hope and I do think they will be okay tonight.
You know, this entire series, one name that has not come up, and Bishop must be recovering and get back into this team where it's the key routes. He said he was going to take a break from the national program at the end of the last term. But looking at a player such as him, and when he was in the squad, I think he's
Yes, for the quality, but no, because the focal point is in Mickey Mouse.
okay.
I felt that he had to shoulder a lot of the responsibility. It was almost like if Mickey Mouse didn't play well, we didn't.
Right.
So as much as probably didn't want to have that, you know, it would have been interesting for me to see Kyle not using the Q routes in the game at home. He would have. Look at Tottenham with all Harry Kane.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So, with the women, we could probably, if anybody, for instance, Leilani would be probably that player. But when we went to Ireland games, Leilani was the only player. So I had goals coming from everywhere. Yeah, she scored probably most of them. But if she scored 5, I still have somebody who scored 2 or 3.
Right.
So I think that Nikki, quality-wise, hands down, is a good star. But I think for the team, having put so much, and even for them, having put so much pressure on the evening about it. When we play every game, keep out, or then keep out. And I get it. This game, national England, it's person that you see. You understand? Like, I'm more of a best time, like that. But if I go like 16-year-old, that's like, what? No. Yeah.
Right.
You know, so I'm not disappointed in it.
Right.
That was the case. I too wanted to see Nikki Wells. Right? So I hope that he returns and can play a Reggie Lamb world. Because Reggie now is playing smart. Reggie's not. I don't mean these are young boys.
Yeah.
I could just sit here and go ahead and be that senior player.
Right.
Similar to a Dante level.
Right.
Dante is just more highlighted because of the position he's in.
Right.
All right, so Reggie's not as highlighted.
Right. A lot. And that's a real score, a lot depends on it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really sure that up too, because you know, Dante did play, I think was every time the other night, last week Sunday, at St. George's. I was looking at, I was definitely looking at his performance on that game.
Right.
considerable technical for
Yeah.
right? So what, the problem, how is he playing now with considerable technical? It was okay. It was really a stable that they given instructions, leading the back, and I was really happy with what I saw with him. When we get back to talking about leadership and about, like with Reggie and how what Q said with Reggie being able to say, listen, he's off for me now. I'm letting these young guys, take over. When it's a good thing, but still has to play well.
Yeah.
Right. The other thing is, I'm always thinking about, well, when I note these notes down, well, where did those come from? Let's say you actually Jai B. His play skill, what do you feel about him? I think when Jai is getting a lot more the ball, if it's a supply route, you're gonna get goals. You will get goals, man.
Right.
That's most important. So when I look at the midfield, which has to contribute to him being able to score, not just on wide positions.
Right.
Goals come, but that's important for I think, for Jai. Let's see how many goals he's got. He's got 3 in this tournament. I think he's got 3, I believe.
Two or three. Yeah.
2 or 3. Right. I'm looking at all the goals and what is his performance as a striker.
Right.
His first touch is good. His alert. He plays on both sides well, and he passes the ball really well. The thing is about, again, getting to the supply and who will the goals going to come from? It's not coming from him, will they come from midfield players?
I really hope Nijai Tucker
Yes.
is on the field tonight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this, keep on fighting. I watch those guys a lot of games. I'm gonna tell you, Nijai Tucker is a player. That boy is a player.
Right.
There are probably some other things involved, maybe personality-wise, that kind of
Those
keeps
are
him.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I tell you, know the game, he's one of the most terrific players I've seen in a while. The guy is exciting. Strong, wants the ball.
Always.
Wants the ball. A player that wants the ball excites me.
Right.
Because I want you, I come and get this ball. He wants the ball, he wants to make things happen.
Yeah.
That Nijai Tucker on the field tonight, hard job being those Warriors.
I really go to find club as well, because if he was to be playing for the UK, getting the level of player that he was getting when he was playing for, I mean, he could walk into the community and really dictate a lot of things, but that's the way he plays. He wants to be involved in everything, whether it's defending, attacking, creating. He wants the ball in crucial areas and manage it at times. But a lot of people, when you see that, a lot of people look at it and say, oh, I don't want that person, because of personality. But if he has that much confidence in him at this young age, imagine what it would be.
Don't play nights in any day.
He's a Jordan.
Oh, yeah. And every time he's come on, he's kind of created something like from the start.
Yeah.
And the other thing that it looks like it just comes natural to him that, okay, he wanted this position and play, like you said, play on either side. Play on either side. Jai has been playing in a different role for this year. So it's been just a little, so we haven't seen that productive goal scoring.
And they haven't been playing a lot of it, which is very disappointing. They haven't been playing for us, but that boy is good. That boy is strong. He is so hard. Yeah, he needs a half an inch of space.
Yeah. And again, I mean, these young guys, this is something with the genre. Yeah. I mean, as you look at it, look at the ages and say you have fun with it, obviously for the half, but some are on the rise, some are coming along. You can look forward for someone like Reggie in a few years' time. But again, there's guys that are not in this squad, and in the previous squad that are not on that door. So, you can sort of right, but we have to figure this out. Tonight is very important. Don't look at executed yet. It's tonight. We need the 3 points. We need to play well. We need to control the emotions, control everything you can in yourself, and then you can go. It's about the 19 points tonight. That we need to show Bermuda what these guys are capable of.
And I get to that because, like I said, when we talk about the target,
Yeah.
and what the players are playing overseas, every time we go, when he plays for that team, so I'm rather, we learn from the guys that I work with,
Right.
from Jamaica and other Caribbean countries, and so the expectation now is for Bermuda to start qualifying to get into the game. It is. It really is. And so that's really important for us. And if I can make this comparison, let's go back with the team. I'm not going to like coach, and I kept thinking about the cricket, what happened at the cricket at the last moment.
Yeah.
I'm sure in football in this game, I'm sure we'll pass that. I'm sure we'll better. I think we'll really show up to that. I don't know, sometimes you just have that feeling. I mean, that's personally how I feel.
I'm absolutely relaxed. Tonight will be a night where I don't want the night to do a night.
Right.
Remember my first experience?
Yes.
To make the position.
Yes.
Tonight
I'm also going to, because after the game, he coached on the ESPN show. I think it was a week there a couple days after. And he was talking about the little structure was good and why they play the way they are. They look like they're almost, the way he described his philosophy is about possession, right? Good technique, good organization. And he says that he wants to filter through all of St. Vincent and Grenadines. So it's true. So it was very taken. It was very a good interview. This is for like a half an hour. I said, wow. So he was talking about unity, and they share the goals that they, and then they take the talk with the school district goals, one that I think is very, it's pretty good. It's really good. But they again, the ones that haven't been so football like us, they're putting the work in. They really are.
Right. We're going right now by the president of the acting president of Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, first of all, good evening. I am good. And yourself?
Good, I guess. The president said the day, volunteer type of how it works.
Well, those are things that we're told we have to do. I'm just going to bring you up on camera here. Well, let's talk a little bit about tonight, Mr. Williams. As the acting president, it's on your shoulders, isn't it?
No, the players shoulders. I expect 3 points. That's what they're for. And you have to qualify out the group. We expect 3 points.
Okay. When you look at what we have a very important match. Obviously, this match tonight is one that is needed, and as you've already established, we need to get the 3 points needed. The administrative wise, how are things looking for the Bermuda Football Association? I mean, you're in every meeting, aren't you?
BFA people are most of the players, the coaches, staff, and everybody what they require. The FIFA goals give us money, and the coaches and everybody submits, I guess, into a budget as to what's required, and we do our best to facilitate it the best we can. Ideally, we'd like to have a sponsor like the Caribbean countries who have, say, Adidas, get $3 million, but we don't have that luxury as yet. But hopefully, as the players keep progressing and producing on the field, somebody will come knocking on the door to say, you know what, we're gonna sponsor Bermuda. That's the plan.
Okay, I mean, well, the performance is on the field. If you look to your right, I think if you highlight the national team latest coach, we probably get somebody knocking on the door tomorrow.
Hey, it's, it's a country, so I have no problem with that. If the ladies want to be the trailblazers, get there first, not a problem with me. It's low to say to me.
Yeah. The
man will be there, the man will be there on Tuesday, or.
Okay, any questions for the acting president?
I'm gonna ask this question, which is, I think is wrong. What's the importance of this game for us is for the association, as we've discussed, to get to the next level. Right? That's why I was saying that it's paramount that we get victory tonight. And that's what the association, I'm sure, is thinking about, getting into the A-League. Am I correct?
Yes, and also getting up to the Gold Cup. I was actually the head delegation. We traveled to the Gold Cup, and that's an experience like no other. For us, the Gold Cup in most Caribbean countries, that's like our World Cup. Just the level, the way you're treated, the way you get to travel, everything about it's different. It's not like a regular CONCACAF tournament. We played against Haiti, Costa Rica, and I think Nicaragua. But the facilities, everything was just totally different level. And I know the players were ecstatic. To go to Mexico, we're playing Mexico in Toluca, where 1-1 in Mexico, 90 seconds left, and when you're school, and that's what knocked us out for staying in Group A. Tells you that we have the talent. And like I try to tell everybody, after that game, the entire Mexican team went back to the clubs. We had all players, 7 out of 11 had to come back the next day with me and went back to work. The goal is to get back to the Gold Cup, because we definitely have the talent here. It's just a matter of harnessing that talent and putting in the hard work.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Williams, I know you've got some roles and responsibilities as the acting president, and I know I'm pretty sure the president will be watching this later on, and will be briefing you on how you handled yourself. Oh wow!
As they tell me, suck it up, buttercup. I'm here. Anything for the country, I'm here.
Sure. Well, we want to wish you all the best, and make sure that the guys are ready to take on what they need to take on tonight, and ensure that we come away with these 3 points. And of course, come tomorrow, you have 2 officials heading to Aruba in Stephen Mabry and Kenton Hayward, who will be doing the officiating on Monday, Aruba and Cayman Islands.
That's correct. Actually, Clinton's here tonight on staff, and they're filling in my role, assistant to referees and into the finals. But before I go, I want to say, please encourage everybody in Bermuda, we need to talk in. So yes, it's raining, but please come out and support our team tonight. We need you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Williams. Punchy, when we look at what is left to do for tonight, we're just about an hour away from kickoff. Let's talk about now, Coach. You're 8 minutes away from that opportunity of being out on the field. You look like you're nervous. You look like you're nervous.
8 minutes away now. I have my fields completely set. My players are actually fully dressed and they're sitting. Probably 1 or 2 last minute take jobs or a bit of pre-stretching. But I can guarantee you at 2 minutes, my girls are at the door. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, they are lined up outside on the blue mat, ready to run onto the pitch. So now it's the butterfly time, and I tell my players, get those butterflies, have those butterflies in play. Those butterflies let me know that you guys are ready to play.
Yeah.
If you don't have butterflies, I have a problem.
Right.
So that's exciting. This is the exciting time now. This is like good time.
Right.
This is good time. These guys right now know that everybody is here to watch them. Everybody. Everybody is here um, to see them perform.
Right.
Everybody is here willing them to play well.
Mhm.
Everybody is here willing them to win. Like, everybody is here to see them be successful.
Right, right.
You know, back in the day, I honestly can say that there were people that would be there hoping for them to fail.
Yeah.
You know, I remember Bermudians hoping that they don't do well.
Mhm.
We've had it on the women's side as well. We get that. We get it. And it's you know what? It's okay. Um, but I'll tell you this much. Tonight, everybody in pink and blue, whether on their bodies or in their hearts, is wanting Bermuda to win this match
Right.
and to be entertained.
It's amazing to me that how serious this game is taken in this country. I mean, not that it wasn't before,
Right.
but the expectations are getting very higher.
Mhm.
It's like what the president is who was talking tonight,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
He was saying about the Mexico, playing against Mexico,
Mhm.
and I know all these young people that want to support all the teams that come on in droves to watch the
Right.
national team, and they're supporting really well.
Yeah.
So again, for our country, it's vital that we keep taking a step towards where we're that belief that yes, we are doing this correctly. It's taking us some time to get back into the A League,
Mhm.
but we are definitely serious about getting back there.
And it's interesting that you asked the question about the A League. I mean, one of the things I know Keith and I talked about before was being consistently well in this B. We get that opportunity to go to the A, get that experience 9 times out of 10. If we do come back, we know what that experience is like, but we need to be consistent in this B and then look to dominate things and go forward. It's up to us to basically put our foot down and establish ourselves as a very strong B League team. And then when we get to that A, it's about figuring out how to maintain it. Because as we know, we'll be going up against populations quadruple our size, and some people want us to overachieve. But if we overachieve, then what do we do to sustain it? You know what I mean? And that's the thing that we have to really look at. And I'm pretty sure as a coach, you want that opportunity to be in the A League, but you also want the players to be mindful of what it took to get there, and what it's going to take to stay there. And then they have to encourage those behind them that have to work even harder.
Iron sharpens iron, right?
Yeah.
So getting into the A League is you're playing against better teams. You want to play against better teams. You always, because when you're playing against teams you're comfortable playing against, you're never gonna understand what it's like to that next phase. So it's almost like working out. Like if you're working out and you say you want to run 5,000 meters and you get to 4,500 and it's like, I just can't. I know I'm trying to run 5,000 meters. And you push yourself to get to that 5,000 meters. I'm gonna tell you, the next time you go to run, 5,000 meters is giving you nothing to you. 5,000 meters is gonna, okay, I can hit 5,500. So it's understanding that, yes, you're gonna play against tougher opposition, but this tougher opposition is gonna make you play harder and make you play better. It's not gonna make you, you're not gonna be stomped. Like it's gonna make you play, and it's gonna send a message to you that, oh, wait a minute, this is what I need to do. This is where I need to be. So maybe this is what has to happen. And I know this is the men's night, but with the women, that's kind of been the case. Like these girls have had experience against these top teams. Like when we played Jamaica last February, after that match, it was like, man, if we played them second. We lost 4-0. But for the first half, we had them. And their fourth goal, they'd have beat us 3-0, it would have been the lowest score Jamaica teams ever beat us as the senior women.
Right.
But, we had 2-4-0 back-to-backs with them. So then our players know what we need to do to be able to compete.
Yeah.
We defended for 90 minutes, but we attempted to play, and we know what it is now that we need to do to be able to play with Jamaica. Am I saying that if we play Jamaica next week, the team that got up to now, we might stand a better chance at? But at the end of the day, iron sharpens iron, and our men will know that, like Uncle Conchi said, these guys play in certain environments that I'm sure are harder players, better players than St. Vincent, Belize, and French Guiana. But they are playing also with probably better players in their teams, right? So the more our team gets better because of the environments, the better we're gonna be. I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna get an 80 again. It's gonna be a sustainable program. It's gonna be sustainable. If our players have the right mindset. Some people are not gonna have played as much as they want in this campaign, but do you quit? No. You stay in there. You get better. You get better. We haven't won anything, guys, so we can't feel like, oh, I'm better than this guy. Everybody has to get better. And if we all get better, we all have the mindset that we're all gonna get better, then we get better.
It's very, very good.
Games won on the field.
Yeah, I just think that sometimes I'm always trying to look at international matches. I'm looking at us like what's happening in Scottish football. Scotland. You see with Scotland is qualified European. And you go back 5, 6, 7 years, Scottish football was going through a real a rebirth. I think it's a rebirth to have Scottish football. What's happening in Scotland? Look where the players are playing. Some other players are playing in top teams, right? Our players, a lot of our players are not there yet in the top, but they're in an environment that's conducive for where the national program is going. And so it comes to now standards. The standards got to be set now. By the ones that have been chosen tonight. And so, again, we are on a new process, and it's like it's opening up for us. Because remember, 10, 15 years ago, this wasn't even heard of. So you went straight to Mexico, you went straight to Jamaica. That was it. So now we're being tested against these other teams who, and let me remind people that they're just a series also for something that's going on in the Caribbean. Like St. Vincent, just like French Guiana, they are serious about the football.
Well, mainly because the opportunities now are far greater to play. I mean, back in the day, you had a one-off qualifier. If you won, you advanced. If you lost, see you in 4 years' time. If anything, we had spawned up a friendly a year before we played that qualifying match. Now you're playing multiple matches. You're playing different formats. There's so many more opportunities, and what FIFA and CONCACAF and UEFA and everybody has been able to create for countries such as Bermuda is a wonderful thing, because you're now not feeling like you're left behind. Because years ago there was a gap because you would only play that one international match. But now, because we're playing so many, there's that equal opportunity type of thing. Everybody feels a part of it. And I'm pretty sure, and we reflect, Coach Keita, the women. I mean, you probably played one game every what? One game every year, or one game every. We'll be harassed. But just the opportunity to be playing on a regular basis, you can now set a schedule to say, okay, we're not just training for a 2-year period. We're training for a series coming up. We're training for something,
We played 11 matches between July and October. The women have played 11 matches in 1 year. Never has that been the case. So, we say it, the more games you play, the better you're gonna get. Like, we have to get matches. Like, we have to do more as an association, regardless of what happens with either of these two teams right now. We have to play matches in 2024. What that looks like, but we have to play matches in 2024 because these competitions now are coming. They're coming. Right?
In all age groups too.
And guys, truthfully speaking, there are people out there now that, hey, hi Bermuda.
I'm glad on that status? I think we have.
Yeah, hi, Bermuda.
Yeah.
I'm out here.
Mhm.
Yeah, to continue on this journey. And then we have the younger players that's coming up. So I will have integrated younger players into my team that's gonna continue to carry the torch. Our women's team is young. My oldest player right now is probably 27. And you're 27 on your own. Like next to you is probably a 24-year-old. Yeah, and then it's between 17 and 24. Or 18 and, yeah, 6, I have 17 and 24 now, so at the end of the day, it goes well to have these matches.
Yeah.
And that's why Bermuda as well, countries are investing in their programs more.
Yeah.
We were catapult best now. I can get a true read and I can tell a player, listen, you're not working hard enough. This is what your heart rate is, and this is what your numbers are saying. I can do a test on a Saturday morning and test to see how far you ran and how many minutes. Like, we are investing piece by piece to get to the same levels. Like what I'm seeing us do now, I saw USA doing in Nicaragua, 2018. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the reality. We are moving in the right direction, and we have to understand that everything's a process.
Sure.
But the other thing too, I read into what Kitty said about playing more games, even after this tournament. I think this country the senior team needs more friendlies, home and away.
Yeah.
I think we need to go back to what you talked about the under 21s. I think we need to go on a 21 program. I do think we have an under 17 program.
Yeah.
Yes. 15. So our national program is always got to be active, and in all age groups.
And it's very. We have 15, 17s, 20s, men's 23s, and senior men, and the women have 15, 17s, 20s, and senior women.
And to be honest, right? I recently returned from Chile where the Pan Am Games is going, and they play under 23s. And I honestly believe we need to get into that Olympic cycle. Under 23 in that Olympic cycle. It will allow them more opportunities to play, qualify, get into that tournament. I mean, it's a growth.
Yeah.
It is a growth, and I think that's one of the things that in the next Olympic cycle, after the Olympics in 2024 in Paris, I honestly believe that the association and the Bermuda Olympic Association must sit down. Or actually, before that, they must sit down and plan, because we have Commonwealth Games, we have CAC Games, we have the Pan Am Games, and we have the Olympics that are, I think, about under 23s, the sport, and you look at how many under 23s in this national team.
Yes.
They're knocking on the door to enter the Pan Am Games, to enter the Olympics in Los Angeles in 2028.
That's right. And the other thing that's so important about this whole about having these programs for, you're looking at teams like, let's say like Somerset. Somerset's got a belt. You can see them playing. They go the 16, 17-year-olds playing the team.
Yeah.
I think some of them have got really good talent. What they lack is, of course, seniority.
Right.
But so you're looking at that group, you could pick like 6 or 7 of them to be the under 23, the under 21. And it bodes well for the country.
Yeah.
So now these guys are playing on Sundays, right? And I was working with one of the guys from Somerset. I said, listen, you just got to keep playing. I think, don't get discouraged. You got your good group of guys, but it works well for the country.
Yes.
That's it. Most important. And PHC, look at PHC's team. Full of young players.
All young players. But if you give them the incentive of, hey, we're going on an Olympic cycle.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That gives them another incentive. Because if they can't make if they're too old to make the under 20s, there's the under 23s. That opportunity, and that's why the Olympic movement is for that. It's for those under 23s and allow them to play. So yeah.
I know what
you know what, we should just turn the camera on.
I know, right?
We were thinking back when we go back years ago, when, like you said, when we playing to Jamaica, we lost in the tournament. We won't play for a year,
3 years.
And so again, that's what Keita and Boakley said, that it's paramount. If we're going to be taking this game the way with most, how serious this game is being taken now, it's got to be where everything connects.
Yes.
Where everything connects. And I think with sending referees are going overseas now.
Yes.
You know, so it's coming down that yes, we are being talked about. We are. And so you know, this has got to come together in the right ways.
Yeah.
And most important of all, the clubs also.
Yeah.
That important.
Well, the clubs, I think the clubs would actually grow if the international program grows, because the players would then demand, you know, better facility, better coaching. But, you know, we have coaches who have licenses and so forth, and you know, the game would grow even bigger. And I honestly believe we will see more people come back to the game only because of the opportunities that'll be out there for them to, one, get an education, two, to be seen, possibly scouted by a professional club or a semi-professional club, or just the opportunity to play abroad. And I think that incentive for a young kid is a huge thing, you know.
Yeah, it is, and it also gets these players focusing on working harder, getting in shape, and it will help our local game.
Yeah.
It will be very, very more entertaining. Very, you know, football will definitely improve because everybody will know that I can possibly be looked at.
Mhm.
But right now, a lot of local guys they probably don't even think they're considered.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Simply because every time team is full of international players.
Right.
It's what it is.
Yeah. Well, we are some 43 minutes away from kickoff. We're going to end our pregame show here. We're hoping to have the lineup. Actually, hold on a second. Let me see if the lineup has been released yet. And we'll be able to bring you if it has. Let's see here. Has the team's been released? Bermuda, yes, the teams have been released. So the starting lineup for Bermuda will be Dale Eve and Good, Janai Butterfield Speed, Nijai Tucker, Harry Twite, Lee John Simmons, Jai Bean, Jair Prophet, Kizai Martin, Dante Lebrock, Justin Dunowa, and Kane Critchlow. That's a full set of youngsters on the field. With the reserves, D.K. Dow, Andrew Kemp, Reese Jones Jr., Roger Lee, Zico Lewis, Norrie Scott, Luke Robinson, Reggie Lamb, Orde Todd, and Remy Connington. For St. Vincent and the Grenadines, there's Remus Christopher, Nejama Bergen, Josiah Bob, Javon Sutherland, Therese Joseph, Cornelia Stewart, Nazir McBurton, Sherwin Alexander, Deal Spring, Kyle Edwards, Jamal York, and their reserves include Jamal Lewis, Garland Davis, Nigel Charles, Adine Charles, Kenai Joseph, Courtney Franklin, Rondell Thomas, Joel Jack, Marlon Simmons, Masai Brown, Gibson Francis, and Orion Vilas. So there you have the starting lineup for Bermuda. I'll run down that Bermuda team again just so we can have a little dialogue. Dale Eve, Janai Butterfield Steed, Nijai Tucker, Harry Twite, Lee John Simmons, Jai Bean, Jair Prophet, Kizai Martin, Dante Lebrock, Justin Dunowa, and Kane Critchlow. So, Coach, you got your wish. Nijai and Jai on the field start at the same time. And I'm pretty sure we'll get to see some exciting things from Jair Prophet as well. These young guys are very, very exciting to watch. Kizai, we know what's capable of Justin Dunowa, Dante. We know what these guys are capable of, but just to watch these young guys, Kane Critchlow, been scoring goals of regular. I guess with the next 35 minutes, the anticipation is growing high.
Yeah, I mean, that's exciting. I think it's a good lineup. I think it's a good starting team. And look at what the coach has to look to on his bench as well.
Mhm.
My thing is used in the if it's not working.
Right.
Yeah, very good. And expectations of that starting lineup will be extremely high.
Mhm.
Uh, if we look back at the first game, I think subs should have been made a lot sooner.
Right,
I think
right.
it could have changed the outcome of the match.
Mhm.
And that would be the one thing that I would be looking at as I'm watching the game is you have a nucleus of players on the pitch.
Right.
You have a nucleus of players on the pitch that have been playing together throughout this campaign.
Mhm.
And have they found have they found their rhythm
Mhm.
offensively and defensively?
Right.
And so, again, uh, brave move. You have Zico Lewis on the bench.
Mhm.
And hey, coach is obviously looking to play a full 90 minutes of full firepower.
Yeah.
Of full firepower.
Mhm.
He realizes that his game changers are going to have to come on and up the tempo. And I think that the players that he has to come onto the pitch will definitely be able to do that.
Right. Right. Well, folks, if you're unable to get to the stadium, we will encourage you to tune in to Comical Live. The match will be on at 7:30, and then we'll have a post-game show here on Iron Stats, and we'll be joined by captain and coaches after the match to hear what their take is on the 90 minutes of football. So, Coach and Bunchy, time to go grab your seats, have that last 30 minutes of thought, and then it's whistle time. So, folks, we'll be back after the match right here on Island Stats for the post-game show for the Bermuda-St. Vincent match. We'll talk to you then. Have a good night.